It's time to adjust those shoulder pads, backcomb what's left of your hair, and jump into the DeLorean for a look back at what's possibly the best decade anyone could ever have grown up in.
Shall we play a game?
This is Bring Back the 80s with your hosts James Alderson and me, Andy Jackson.
Always catches you out there, James.
just a brief drop off. We got a new co-host.
Look at those, that's coming up in a minute. Look at those glasses. Look at those glasses.
He can't see like he used to. Oh God. Yeah. So we're doing all about alternate information routes to get into our brain cells from the 80s, and it was all a little bit different, a little bit lo-fi, a little bit analog, wasn't it?
Definitely analog. I mean, we're going to go straight in with a clip here because we did BBC and their CFAX and their news, and because the very fact that the BBC would stop at 3:00 in the afternoon, the channel would close down, and they would just show pages of text going very, very slowly, but nobody thought twice. We thought that's fine. That's all we need to watch at 3:00 in the afternoon.
You had to find out your news
somehow that was to do it. So that was the BBC. This is, you can probably tell by the dress and the demeanour, this is ITV local news. Let's see what's going on, and let's see what they're going to do when the news is done.
The newsroom for the time being. We'll be back with our next bulletin at 9:25. Until then, a very good morning.
So, Job Finder. I'm going to pause that there for a second. So this is what they would put on if you were looking for a job. So if you're in Birmingham and you want to be a bookkeeper on accounts clerk, £7,000 a year, full time.
Wow.
Yes.
And you've got to have, in the mid-80s, experience in computers, essential.
Absolutely. But it's not computers as we know it.
No.
It's not going to be
some sort of MS-DOS nonsense.
It's going to be something like that,
God.
isn't it? But let's have a look at some of the other jobs that are coming up here. So that's Birmingham for 7,000. Toolmaker.
M/F.
You could be
one or the other.
Yeah.
That's it, mate. That's all you could be.
That's already a hate crime.
That'll be deleted off that. Yeah. Unless you were making tools, and then you can go from an F to an M. Anyway,
150 quid a week if you want to make a tool maker as either a man or a woman, but woe betide, definitely nothing else. Some of these jobs are quite well paid, aren't they? There you go. Now this is interesting. A steering gearbox, man or woman, in Birmingham. So again, £150 seems to be the working wage for this kind of thing.
Wow, 39 hours a week. And you've got to be able to construct steering gear and boxes in Spark Hill. Wow.
But this was what they were putting on.
Yeah, I don't remember
when
this
there were no programmes. Yeah.
Jobs.
Yeah, jobs.
Yeah.
Call it your local job centre.
Yeah.
There we go, if you want to get a job.
I think they have got job centres. Not as many as they used to, have they? But they have got job centres.
You do see them, but whether they actually have jobs in, or whether it's just where you go to just to sign on for your benefits or not, I don't know.
Oh, when I was putting leaflets around, this should have been a couple of years ago, I walked in, and obviously, no disrespect, but particularly in this particular town, a lot of the people going into the job centre who didn't look overly preened, and they're just in to prove that they haven't got a job yet and they want their money. And I went in, and the security guard stopped me and went, "Are you all right, mate?" I went, yeah. He said, "Just go to desk 2." And I went, no, I've got a job. This is it. And I showed him the leaflet. He just looked at me. I just want to put this over there. He went, "Oh, all right, mate, cheers." I thought, Christ, I look that rough. I just look like I need real help. Homeless guys just wandered in, putting leaflets out. But yeah, so I'm still old school. I still communicate with leaflet distribution, back like we did back then. But yeah, it was brilliant, isn't it? That dude with the news of Central
with the big
there.
glasses and that, yeah.
Looked like he was going to play snooker, didn't he?
Didn't he? Yeah.
The whole glasses covered his head.
And bear in mind as well that was because it was ITV. That was slightly more casual than BBC.
Yeah.
So in BBC they would have been more formal. Perhaps a BBC newsreader would have had bifocals
or a monocle. Bow tie. Yeah. It's so funny, isn't it? How that they really came at it from different angles, and then you brought out Channel 4, and it was like chaos.
Yes.
It's like, here's the fucking news. Barry's got a car for sale, wasn't it? Yeah. It was very. Yeah, and then Channel 5. Well, I mean, topless news, wasn't it? It just all chaos.
It was, wasn't it?
I'm
Yeah,
sure they had that.
That was Kelvin Mackenzie, who was actually one of my bosses for a while. He used to run for a while. He ran the Sun.
Yeah,
and then he took over. I think it was maybe the early Channel 5 or bits and pieces. There was definitely a program that used to run topless news and topless darts as well.
Topless weather. Yeah, all that. I mean, it makes complete sense now. You tell kids now, go, no. On the TV, just turn it on. One with the tits out. Just 7 p.m.
Same with your family newspaper.
Yeah.
Page 3.
Yeah.
And I know there are things that I would like to bring back, but that just seems so. Looking back now, that just seems so bizarre.
I think it's fine. I think that there was a point where, because it's no guy's going to say it's not nice to look at, but I think I had the Sun or something on the train once, and I was in my mid-20s, and it was all being murmured that they were going to get rid of it, and I thought, oh, this is wrong. And I was looking, and there a family just walked past me in the middle of the train, and I remember just thinking to myself, yeah, maybe this isn't right. I'm not too sure what I'm doing here. And you just start to feel a bit uncomfortable that people are looking at it, and you're thinking, well, this isn't the place I should be doing this, really.
It's almost like you're top shelf, but not being top shelf.
It's very strange, because you don't, you know that women like looking at men's chests, and they put on page 7 fella or whatever they did, but it isn't quite the same because of the way society's brought us up to look at ladies' chests and men's chests differently, although they are effectively just chests, aren't they? It's bizarre, isn't it? Just bits of body, bits of flesh hanging there. Anyway, I've got another copy of the news here, because you can never have too much news, and if you want to have some windows fitted by London Windows, they will do cash in hand.
Cash in hand
says that on the advert. We dodge tax, London Windows. They've got VE Day events roundup, because obviously this is coming up, isn't it? VE Day, it just happened. 15p this newspaper. The council gives pledge on the Hilsey Lido opening. Now, Hilsey Lido has been a thorn in their side for years, and in 1985, 40 years ago, almost to the day, they are promising to reopen the bloody thing, and at the moment they're working on it to try and reopen it. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway, do you want to know any of the news?
Yeah, what else is going on?
The schools are set for a big siege. There's a strike going to happen in the Gosport and Fareham schools. This feels like flashbacks. I don't know what's happening here.
Nothing changes.
Hilsey Lido's trying to open, and teachers are going on strike. And there is a tractor that's sinking on the beach at Hayling. There was a car that was sinking. The guy was playing the trumpet as it sank in the beach. Did you see this on socials? I thought that was quite good. And a mother is planning to marry. I mean, there's all top news. So, yes.
I see on the back as well, there's an advert for Marwell. You can have a day out to Marwell.
Let's have a little look, shall we? Where are we? Yeah, the Call of the Wild. They've got 900 animals and parking. I don't think the animals are in the car park, but it's, yes, they've got a cheetah. And there's a pub in Wickham. Fernham Hall, they got the Drifters there. Do you remember? Probably the original lineup in that one, 40 years ago.
Was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Have a little look.
Because Fernham Hall has now become Fareham Live, isn't it? Which is what a wonderful new venue that is.
With some great stand-up comedy,
isn't it? Quite often, there's some
every couple of months.
Stitches Comedy Club.
I think they're amazing. I think I've heard of them. I think they're amazing.
But this is, it's just nice to look back. As you say, it was 15p. I noticed in this particular news, they couldn't run to full colour.
No.
You got your blocks of colour. You could have blue, yellow, but you couldn't actually have the colours in the photographs in this one.
They might have had colour on the inside somewhere, just mixing it up a bit, because, you don't want to get too used to the format of the newspaper. But yeah, I mean, people relied on these. I remember looking in the newspaper to find out cinema times.
Oh yeah.
And they'd come out on I think it was a Thursday, because I want to catch you on the Friday, Saturday social life. So it came on the Thursday, and it was a little strip like that, a long strip, and it would say Odin at the top. Bang, 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 and then it would be like ABC or Canon.
Well, yeah, I've actually got one on here. Look, ABC in Portsmouth.
Yeah, what's it got on?
It's got on a Paradise... Passage to India.
Oh yes.
This is. I can't even read this with my eyes.
Do you want me to hold it for you?
It needs to go like that. So we've got a Passage to India, or Morons from Outer Space.
Oh, yes.
Which was a PG.
Yeah.
And there was a new comedy called Into the Night as well, which I don't remember that at all. No. At Empire in Haven, you had June.
Oh, wow.
June was on.
Yeah.
There was The Bounty. Bounty.
Yeah.
And at the Odeon in Portsmouth, Dance with a Stranger. Don't remember that. It was a 15.
Yeah.
Never Ending Story. You. I definitely
Wow.
remember that. And
Yeah.
Gremlins.
Oh my God.
15 was
40 years ago.
Yeah. And performances at 2:00, 7:45 Saturday and Monday.
I forgot that the Havant Cinema was called at the Empire.
Yeah.
It was one building, one block, one screen. It was a
That was all
ground
we
floor
That's
and a
all we
balcony.
needed. That's all we needed was one screen.
You were naughty. You went up on the balcony to watch it.
It was, but it would you now. I'll go to the cinema in Whiteley sometimes. You might as well be in your front room.
Yeah.
It's that small.
Oh.
It's tiny.
Is it?
It's like it's small. I mean, I'm not dissing it. The
No.
screens are big and everything.
Yeah.
Never anybody in there.
No.
So you can always go. You can buy the expensive seats, but then when you get in there, just move before the film starts. there's a little hack for you.
Well, it's a nice little personal touch, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just you and the cinema. We decided to go watch Minecraft. And we decided that we'd miss all the idiot kids and go at midnight or something.
Yeah.
So we went at midnight and we ended up with all the idiot teenagers instead. Everyone between the age of 17 and 23 that thought they would be hilarious.
Oh, but that's a whole cult thing, isn't it?
No,
Of making a fuss and a noise and throwing popcorn.
Yeah.
Was that all going on?
Yeah.
Were you impressed with that?
I was doing it. I was the one doing it. You got to throw popcorn, but the kissed. Rah, rah, rah. So newspapers were the key way to get information.
Yeah.
And I think that, local newspapers, but obviously your CFAX. Did you want to get a Tricity 4-ring cooker for £200?
I'm more interested in the Amstrad shelf hi-fi system.
Oh my
For £99.99.
That sounds good.
Which would have been, what's that? About 400 quid now, 300 quid, 400
Four or
quid?
five times.
Yeah.
Hang about. They've got colour on this because it's a
Oh.
police dog. We've got a police dog in it.
Again, just the one colour photo.
Yeah.
Maybe the ink is more expensive or something. I don't know.
They've still got the same lineup in the cinema, mate, here. Oh, Revenge of the Nerds and the Bachelor Party, 18 certificate. Very naughty. 6:05 in the evening. But yes, it's I mean, these were so key. People waited to read these from cover to cover. This was the internet. It's a printed, and not too many adverts either. Lots going on, lots of news, and obviously local news stations. TVS. I don't know if you can even see that little logo there, but it's the best view of the South. Yeah,
My
almost
other
the same
half still
telly.
calls it. It's been Meridian for years.
Yeah.
My other half still will say,
TVS.
what's on TVS?
Yeah. Oh, well, it was Coast to Coast for a bit, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Or was that the news
It
called
was,
Coast to Coast
the
on
news
TVS?
was Coast to Coast,
Yeah, and I sang on that once, Christmas Eve. Yes, TVS. It was like came out, didn't it? In a weird graphic. But yes, if you're watching in any other region other than the South. But this was not the whole of the South. Not like BBC Solent or whatever they call it these days, or Meridian or whatever it is. Because Meridian now, I'll be sat in Havant and they'll be telling me about Oxford. And I think, well, that's not local, is it? No. Is it really? Oh, there's floods in Eastbourne. I don't mind. But it's an hour and a half away. But now, back then, it was literally like
Down
4
the
streets
roads.
away,
Yeah.
a pigeon's crashed into a car. Or look at this squirrel eating toast out of someone's garden. Have a good day. And that was it. And TVS was proper. Southampton was the furthest away from Havant that you get news. You might have edged into the Chichester area, possibly. But now it's like 5 counties.
Oh, you're absolutely right, though. It's just it's right from here to there to everywhere.
Disgusting.
And you're quite right. Nobody cares
I don't care.
what's going on in Oxford.
No.
Nobody cares what's happening in Eastbourne.
Well, does anybody ever? That's the question.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick break.
Shall we?
We'll be back after this.
It's the mystery sound of the 80s. It's the mystery sound of the 80s.
Disgraceful. That's the sound of panic. I don't know why.
Mum!
Yeah.
Mum!
Hello? Hello? It was just one of those noises where you're just like, you for some reason, as a kid, you only ever did that if it was desperate. You were in.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away what it is yet.
No.
People might not realise.
Fax machine. That's what it is. The coin-operated fax machine. But it just puts fear into you. For some reason, it was never a pleasant situation where I'd be doing that sort of thing when there was another human on the end of it. Obviously, you'd be doing it for other things as well. But it was, as a kid, it was always, panic, put the money in quick. Now, right, I've got this because obviously the postal service is a way of sending information about and localised. But obviously data post was like the precursor for
Parcel Force.
Yeah. And I found this... which is a mint condition corgi set of Royal Mail, Parcel Force, Data Post, little vehicles here. Helicopter, of course, as we know. Postman Pat uses that. We've had helicopters. Noel Edmonds in the last episode used his helicopter to transport fire extinguishers to the fire brigade because, you need that. He was the Jeff Bezos of his day, really, wasn't he, Noel Edmonds?
He actually was, wasn't he? Yeah.
He was starting all new things like... Crinkly Bottom. Yes, this is a lovely set from 1986, made in Swansea, and with a little postman as a backing card there. I just thought it was a lovely and sweet way to just remember the good old days when Royal Mail actually fucking did anything. So it's we've upset everyone else. Why not? Back then you didn't mind about sending stuff to people. Just because it cost you like 9p or 11p or 12p.
And it will get there as well.
It would get there the next day.
Yeah.
And now my wife sent something to her sister up in Yorkshire. I think on Wednesday, maybe. It's not there yet. It's first class. I know. Do what you want. Yeah, to post it if you want. Don't post it. Either way, it's not fucking getting there.
I went into shock. I know we've said before, we will pay a little bit extra for convenience when you want to send birthday cards. And I always use the app. There's, Moonpig or Thoughtful and all those ones.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind paying a little bit extra just to be able to do it while I'm having a shit.
Yeah.
If as you're writing it out, there's thinking words and it's gone, it's done. Don't have to worry about it at all. But I have for some reason. In my family, 5 birthdays all in the space of 7 days now, and I was working it out how much it was going to cost on the app. So I thought, I'm going to go to Card Factory, going to get the cheap cards. While I'm in there, I'll buy a book of stamps. Oh my God!
Don't do that. That's silly.
£1.65 for a stamp.
Is
James.
it? That's ridiculous.
Where?
It's cost you 12 quid in fuel to go to buy the bloody cards. I know. What I find inconsiderate is when families have birthdays more than a week apart.
Yeah.
What I want is
you want them all at once?
Because I could put them all in the same envelope. I want the mum and dad to be born on the Monday, and I want the 3 kids to be born by the Friday. And all together, I want them to time their intercourse adequately, so that I always say, congratulations on the birth of your first child, get shagging, because I want them to be able to send it all in one, and then it will be all a small letter if I do Card Factory cards, one stamp. You used to be able to send stuff to people and just on a whim just go, I'll post you that, but now no way. And I don't really know, I'll be honest, I don't know how Amazon do it. I don't know how Amazon do their postage so cheaply or for free with, I do, because obviously they're getting 20 million off of Katy Perry to go into a studio. Back again. But my kids, first class is next day. My kids now get frustrated if they have to wait next day. They want same day.
Same day, definitely.
They want to order something at 10 o'clock and they want it there by 4. The same day. And you can get that now, can't you? But
you've always been able to, James, though, because you just go to the shop and you can actually take it.
They did this survey from kids at the moment who are coming off of online and going into high streets again because they're getting frustrated having to wait till the end of the day or the next day to get their shit.
I do, because I've got a theory that Argos is now the new instant Amazon.
Yeah.
Because you can go onto Argos, you've got the app, say I want that, and that, and then they say, do you want to click and collect? And I say, yes, please. And then I will go there. It's 10 minutes down the road and I will have it within the hour.
It's brilliant, and it is the future. The high street is the future.
It's come round. There we go. And on that bombshell, James, let's see what was the future a little while ago.
Hello, I'm Thompson. I know all about your neighbourhood.
Wow.
It's all in your Thompson local directory.
Oh my goodness.
Need a plumber? Ask Thompson. A hi-fi shop you can just plug into? Ask Thompson. In your Thompson local directory, nothing's more than a few miles away. So, when you want a DIY shop that's really handy, man, ask Thompson. For the local answer, ask Thompson.
Wow, that guy's voice. Who is that?
Oh.
Because he was on kids' TV, wasn't he? I'm sure
Yes.
he was, or reading stories or something.
Was it one of the ones who used to do like Play School and
Yeah, I thought it was. We're going to have to look that up now.
Yes.
Because that voice just took me straight back as soon as I heard that. But Thompson were the ones, if you didn't want to have boring old phone directory or the Yellow Pages,
that was the next
Thompson
thing. Yeah.
was groovy because it had graphics and adverts. It wasn't just listings and the old block advert. It was cool.
And it was on slightly better quality paper. It was like shiny paper.
It wasn't quite as thick. It was a bit more niche.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Thompson, I mean, your local information, that was where you got it. If it wasn't the news, if it was actually trying to get in touch with somebody and a business locally, very local, because bloody hell, I mean, how often did you get them? Was it every 6 months or every 12 months?
I think it was every
Yellow
6
Pages?
months. Yeah.
Boom, just dropped outside your door. God almighty. Massive things by the phones, weren't they? To just flick through. If you said to a kid now, once a year, I got everyone's name and address and phone number that lived. I'd be like, what? Everyone, most people, unless they specifically got in touch with them and said, no,
I don't want it. Yeah.
I don't want to be on it. And it blew your mind because you can't find out people's addresses really anymore.
No, it was. I think it's always been frowned upon, James.
Has it? Oh, okay. But how else are you meant to phone up Mr. Pooh Bum or whatever you went to do? Hello, is that Pooh Bum? Put the phone down. Oh, you find out your teacher's number and you'd phone them up, wouldn't you, at the weekend and annoy them?
But this gives it an indication, James, without realising it, this is how bored we were so much of the time that we would be leafing through the phone book to find people with funny sounding names so that we could phone them up.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's Mr. Fuck and stuff like that. Oh, wow. Obviously Chinese, but it was just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant fun just to flick through them. But Thompson Local, that takes me back.
And we will try to, if you know who that is doing the voice, please put it in the comments.
I get flashes of the name and the face of the person, but we'll look it up.
We'll look it up. Let's do something different for a second.
Oh, okay.
James's special lunchbox surprise.
Now last time, James, I was very impressed with your square crisps.
Well, not so square.
Kind of squarish, yes.
They should be called squarish,
You've got the bar's been set high.
Yeah, well, I walked past these the other day. They're quite expensive.
It's a heft to this today.
But it suddenly took me back to being a young kid, again, at my grandparents', and I thought, hey, these were something fancy. And that I would have one. I wasn't a big fan, but I'd have one because they're a bit different, and the olds, as you call them, would like them.
Oh yes,
so a lemon puff, lemon puffs, and they are they look the same.
They do look exactly the same.
I haven't had them probably since I was about 7.
Are we delving in?
Yeah, and I thought, why not? There was such a delicate biscuit, I remember. Don't you?
They've made them, because they're very flaky, I seem to remember, yes.
Yeah, flaky, crumbly, but flaky's probably a better word, yeah. And a nice, sweet, thin lemon in the middle.
Yeah, I can't get into these.
No, well, they're pension proof.
God, Jay, go see if you do better there then.
But what scared the life out of me, there's a little tear bit there, mate.
Do you remember those toffees you bought, by the way?
I'm not an expert, yes. You've still got one in your teeth.
There was instructions. Once when I got them home, because you very kindly let me take some home, I read the instructions. So easy to crack them open. So easy.
Is it?
Yeah, with the hammer. But anyway, I've digressed. So these look the same.
They
smell the same.
140 calories per biscuit.
You're joking.
That's more than a Kit Kat. What the hell are they putting in them?
100 per biscuit.
Not as crunchy, are they? I remember them being a bit more
flaky.
Taste the same.
These are. They're not as flaky as they were. Definitely not as flaky.
No, softer. Do you think they're softer?
Yeah.
But taste very similar once you got past that initial disappointment.
Is there really that many calories in this?
It's mental, isn't it? 7 grams of fat in one. That's not
my
even
God.
7 grams, is it? Let me have a check of this. Oh no, 71 per biscuit. Have another one.
if I must.
Now we're at 140 now.
Of course, these would. Of course, you would have to open them like this, James.
Well, you could do. Yeah.
Oh, this was the same with bourbons.
You have to open them, do you?
Open them up and eat them. Then you get 2 for the price of 1. You see?
Oh, I see. You were poor in your house. You got 2 biscuits there,
There you go.
but I've only got 1 with you.
Save that one to last. That's the best one. Flavour's the same. Exactly the same.
Definitely.
Texture slightly different.
It
but
is. But it's made in Wallingford,
Okay.
in Oxfordshire. I'm surprised I haven't heard about those on the local news. But they are a bit claggy. Yeah, I definitely need some water. I feel like I'm chewing on a swimming float.
They are. They're like you would imagine polystyrene would.
Yeah, they weren't ever my favourites, but they do taste very, very similar. And it was just nice. I've never seen them since I was a kid.
No.
Lemon puffs. Made by Valio Foods.
Valio Foods.
Oh. Well, no, maybe they're not. With lemons from Spain. Made in Portugal.
Oh, that's good.
Valio Foods, Wallingford, Ireland. Made in Portugal. Not sure what happens there. Probably some sort of get out clause for Brexit.
I was going to say that's probably the last packet there is now because now there's a ban on bringing anything in from those foreign lands, isn't there? Because of foot and mouth disease or something.
Oh, is it?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, lemons are made for feet and
You
mouths.
can't bring anything
No.
in anymore now.
No, you can't. And they're probably with some tariffs. That packet of crisps is probably worth 800 quid now. I'll have to keep hold of that. It'll be a collector's item.
I like it, but I would say claggier than I
Yeah,
remember.
it's not great for a podcast, is it?
Not really.
No. Second after toffee.
Toffee will always be the winner.
Yeah.
Always be the winner. Right, let's take another clip here
Okay.
while we clear our throats.
It's the mystery sound of the 80s. It's the mystery sound of the 80s.
Oh, look at that one. That was a trendy one.
The yellow ones. Yeah.
Yeah, God, when they came out, it went from because it was almost like they'd covered over the button A, button B old ones when I was a kid. And
What did they do? What was button A? What was button B?
I don't know, but they put a metal sort of cover on them, didn't they? They sort of fashioned something, and they put some other one to put pennies in instead. And then when they got rid of all of those, these fancy ones Telecom put in around that Busby more Enlightenment era.
Yeah.
And with that, yeah, great. But yeah, you had to wait till they said hello, and then you put your money in. Why? I don't know. Why can't you just put your money in, and if they didn't answer, it dropped out again? I suppose it was a bit of a technological issue between the two.
But it was. I can still remember having to constantly feed coins in. Feed them in. Feed them in. Feed them in.
Every time we had the beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep beeps.
Yeah.
And if you didn't do it in time, they cut you off.
But of course, there was sort of the money-saving hack from then was to have a code arranged with your friends or with your family. That was where the classic, I'll give you 2 rings.
Yeah, or 3.
When I get
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
That's it. So
Yeah.
2 rings good, 3 rings bad, maybe.
Yeah. It was, but it was also money saving when you got home. That you had to give 3 rings because you'd phone them when you got to your mum when you got to the mates from their phone, and the idea was you give them 3 rings, but they wouldn't pick up because otherwise it costs them money,
yeah.
to answer the call.
Yeah.
But your mum would always fucking pick up because she forgets. And she goes, hello, and they go, Mum, it's costing them money. Oh, sorry, love, you all right? Yeah, I can't talk anyway. Yeah, got a phone Busby. So yeah, it was a great little. Give me 3 rings. It's just lovely.
That's always the way. Always the way.
Yeah.
James, we're half an hour at the end of this again. It's
Flown
just
by.
flown by.
It has.
Reminder to anybody watching, we're doing this live. If you want to come and see us at the Spring Arts Centre in Havant.
All about the summer. Glorious
All about
summers
the
of
summer.
the 80s.
Tickets now available on bringbackthe80spodcast.com or just Google Summer Sizzler, Bring Back the 80s.
It's 15 quid.
Yeah.
It's
Can't
like
go wrong.
£4 in 80s money.
Yes.
Think of it that way.
A proper bargain. So we don't see you there. If not, we'll see you instead next Tuesday.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to this week's edition. We'd love it if you could subscribe in your favourite podcast app, and don't forget there's a video version on YouTube too. You can contact us using the links in the show notes and on the YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time for another edition of Bring Back the 80s.